Disclaimer.
The thoughts and opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily the views of Tash, Becky, or Be Your Best You podcast.
Hey there, lovely people. Welcome to Be Your Best You with Tash and Becky, your go-to hangout for all things spiritual, subconscious, and downright magical. We're here to sprinkle a little mystical wisdom into your everyday life and help you level up your reality.
Picture this as your cosmic coffee date, where we chat about the unseen world, blend in some psychology vibes, and stir up the subconscious magic. Get ready to be the queen of your own reality, live a life that lights you up, and have a blast doing it.
So grab your latte or your tea and let's dive into another episode of Be Your Best You, where the mystical meets the mundane and your best life awaits.
Cheers to creating magic together.
Let's do this.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Be Your Best You with Tash.
And Becky, the Bash edition. And today we're talking about the anti-guru.
Ooh, what's that?
Ooh, I hear you cry.
This was a good one. Today we are breaking down this whole thing that's kind of like out there in the spiritual new age at the moment, which is like spiritual people are bad. Basically, we're coming at this from a very different perspective. This is not about getting people angry, and
No.
This is an absolute smasher
Oh,
of an empowerment episode.
Yeah.
Just listen to it for that. There's some like massive truths in here that are gonna leave you feeling like, oh, yeah, I've got this. I know who I am, and it's like so important. I get a little bit too passionate at the end, but listen to the episode. You'll feel it.
It's awesome.
This is a really, really good one, guys. Take a listen to this one.
Definitely.
Before we start, if your mind is constantly telling you, I should be doing more, and you're stuck in that cycle of overthinking, pressure, and never feeling like you've done enough, we've made you a free 12-minute audio reset. It's called Return to Self, and it's linked in the show notes. And today we are talking all about the anti-guru movement.
Yeah. Oh, movement. Yeah. Let's start this movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's already started, hasn't it? People are already talking about it. We were saying this before we were recording in the kitchen, actually. Before we start this episode, I really kind of want to set the intention, set the kind of place of where this episode is coming from and what we are trying to achieve through it. Because there is a lot of like anti-guru, anti-new age stuff out there, saying that, you know, like there's loads of like dodgy people out there, and of course there is, because like we say all the time, there's good and bad in everything, and just because you're spiritual doesn't mean that you're this wise, massive, great being who knows everything and is a perfect person. We're all still humans, and we have to understand that. It's such a big topic, and we're going to dive into that in this episode. But what I really want to clearly state is that this isn't about causing more, division, whatever, like between groups of people again, because it's the same old pattern. This person's wrong, we're right, and from all these people that are claiming to want to help and be good people and be working on themselves and stuff. And again, I see it all in the spiritual community, people calling other people in the spiritual community out. And I'm like, why does it have to be this way?
Yeah.
Why do we have to attack other people all the time? I don't buy into it. I don't like it. And as soon as I see, and I know loads of people do it for kind of clickbait, and it does well on social media because we are so ingrained with wanting drama and wanting conflict, and it gets our like dopamine levels up and gives us that hit, and it just doesn't do it for me. I'm so out of it. So as soon as I hear that, I'm just like switch off, flick off. It doesn't resonate with me.
No, because that's not why we're here, and I'm sure most people listening, we're not here for that, are we?
No. So this episode,
trying to get out of that world.
This episode is going to come at it from a completely different angle.
Yeah.
Again, from what we talk about in all our podcast episodes, which is about coming from a place of love, not fear, and coming from a place of let's bring everyone together. Let's stop trying to separate ourselves from other people, groups from, you know, from this group to this group. So this is coming from, as we always do, as everything that we work for in this podcast and everything that we do around it is to empower you, to give you your power back. And we want to talk about it in a very rounded way, so that you can see all angles and every path leads back to you, because that's what we're always trying to do, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So I just wanted to say that before we start. I don't want, this isn't like about causing more kind of like arguments and saying someone's wrong. It's not about that.
No, not at all.
It's the wrong way to look at it.
Yeah. And because look, we do want help sometimes, don't we? And it's okay to go and see a psychic or an energy healer, or, you know, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's going with that discernment, like you always say, and going to these events, therapies, whatever, knowing that everything is already within you.
Yeah.
And they are simply possibly activating it, would you say? And getting you to do the work. And it's a very individual thing, isn't it? And this is why we can't be arguing with each other all the time, because we're all, like you described the other day, we are our own universe, aren't we? So our body is our universe. We're all going to work differently and have different frequencies and come from different planets and all the, you know, different ancestry, different everything. So of course we're going to have different views on things.
Yeah.
So
and I think, yes, exactly that. And that's how we have to, that's a fundamental understanding of being in our own power.
Yeah.
Understanding that we are our own universe, or we are our own soul with our own blueprint, our own experiences in this life, in other lives, in other dimensions, planets, etc., whatever. And so there is not a one size fits all. And also we've got eons of experience, like very, very specific to us. And of course we're going to be different to everybody. And so this is why, like, you cannot give your power away to other people, because they don't know you like you know you. You've forgotten in this lifetime who you are, but it's all still there. And this is the point, like all of the healing that we do and going to see all these people is to help us remember who we are. They help us remember who we are in a way. So, you know, let's let's break this down. Anti-guru, what is it? Right, so this is the spiritual space is exploding, and it's amazing because, like, we're all waking up. We want that, right? But and it's so funny. Maybe because of what I do in terms of my subconscious work and working with beliefs and, you know, the mindset and stuff, it gives me a particular view on these things. And because I work, it's like I'm the work that I do, I'm like a bridge between the human and the soul, the subconscious and the conscious.
Yeah.
And I can very clearly see that it doesn't matter how spiritual, how gifted, how in touch with, you know, the bigger picture you are also still a human.
Yeah.
And humans have programming and humans have beliefs.
Yeah.
That and what I see as a belief is a lens. I've said this before. And so when you have these beliefs as a human, because we all are human, you know, okay, maybe there are some like extraterrestrial walking around. I'm not talking about them for the most part. Like, well, we're humans. I'm talking about that. We have these lenses that make us see the world. Yeah. And even this bigger knowledge, this more esoteric knowledge that's coming in, we are still filtering that knowledge through our lens of beliefs.
Yeah.
So when someone who, let's say, is really gifted at seeing energy or is having information downloaded from whatever source is coming through, yes, that's true. Yes, they're seeing it. That is a truth. But we have to remember it's being filtered through a human lens for the most part. Yeah. And so you're going to get it tinged with that.
That's right.
So when they're speaking as something as being the truth, yes, it is, but filtered through their lens.
Yeah.
And this is okay. Everything we say on the podcast is filtered through
Exactly.
our human lens.
Yeah.
I never profess to saying whatever I say is the truth.
Yeah.
Because it's wrong, because I know it's not right, because I know whatever I'm getting is still being watered down, filtered, refracted through this lens of belief that I have.
Yeah.
That's not allowing me to see the full bigger picture, which until we strip ourselves of all human beliefs,
That's right.
I don't feel like we're going to see.
No, we've got to be human, haven't we?
Yes. And the reason I'm saying this is because I want everybody listening to understand that, to have that basic understanding. Because as soon as you have that understanding, you can you don't give your power away to these spiritual gifted people that talk about spiritual stuff, us included. You don't give your power away to these healers, these people, because you are still seeing them for what they are, which is, yes, obviously channels of information or healing or abilities, but also a human that have their own beliefs and perceptions that these things are being filtered through.
Yeah. And how would you say is the best way to do that? Is that through your own, you have to be in touch with your own intuition and feel if that resonates, take what resonates with you?
Yes.
Would you say that's the best way to be aware of that?
Always.
Yeah. If
but,
something doesn't feel.
Yes, but before that, have the awareness of what I've just said.
Yeah.
Because so many people don't have that awareness. Like I said, I feel like I've got a special view of it because of what I understand of the human and of the human subconscious and the human psyche. And then also I have the spiritual understanding as well from that side of me too.
Yeah.
I see both.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Like I act as a bridge. I can be a bridge, and I see that, and I appreciate both aspects. So the first thing is to have this understanding that for the most part, every person you will bump into is a human walking around with human perspectives and beliefs, and they're doing their best.
Yeah.
And people in this world are often trying to get rid of those beliefs and work to. Every day I am trying to get rid of these filters, these beliefs, these lenses that I have. Not even get rid of them, but just be open to allowing them to dissolve.
Right.
Because getting rid of them sounds like we have to work hard. It's not about that. It is just being open enough to allow them to dissolve, to let other beliefs come in. It's this openness. That's how I feel it. Like, yeah. So that's what we have to understand, that though people are even trying to do this and saying they are doing it, it's they are still humans and they're still there. And there's always layers. It doesn't matter. Like, as far, I tell my clients this all the time. You work on a certain set of beliefs, you change your identity, you level up, which means you go into doing different things. You start doing things, being in situations, meeting people that you would never have met before. And then those beliefs kind of come back round again. And then you have to dissolve that layer as well. It's a constant thing. And I think the more we know, the more we understand and become aware of, the more we're going to have these beliefs come back up again. Yeah. And these spiritual people, these gifted people are still going through that themselves. So having that awareness when you are in their world, like whatever you're doing, whether you're watching them on social media, listening to them on a podcast, going for healings or therapy, etc., all the things, doing courses online, masterclasses, group programs, you have to remember these people that are leading it. Be grateful for them, and it's great to have them in your life, but you have to understand that no matter how you look up to them to be gifted in whatever they're doing, spiritual, they are still humans. Do not give your power away to them. Understand that the information they're giving you, and it doesn't matter how confident, because some of them are so confident.
Well, exactly, yeah. I mean, I get a lot of these people, they come into the world with these gifts, don't they, from a child, right? So this is who they are. So some of them aren't doing necessarily the inner work because they've always had this gift. So they just say what they hear, say what they see, but they're still being programmed, aren't they? And they're not necessarily like on that journey of like how we started yeah, spirituality was like lit us up and
Yeah.
was fun, but it was, first of all, it was like the self-development stuff, the self-healing, was the inner healing, wasn't it? And understanding ourselves and what we wanted and who we were.
Yeah.
And then you can bring in, like, it's magic along the way, sure. But like, I guess there are psychics out there who are, because they are just born psychic, they don't necessarily feel that they have to do any of the inner work and the healing and the dropping of the layers to become a clearer channel. Because
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Potentially, yes. There's room for everything, isn't there? I mean, I think in a lot of ways, coming in psychic, you're opening yourself up to having to learn a lot of lessons and do a lot of inner work, but it's a choice.
Yeah.
And I guess some people go down that road and do that,
Yeah.
and other people don't. And that's
Yeah.
where it can get like it can be dark for them.
Yeah.
So they could maybe like be later diagnosed with psychosis,
Yeah.
schizophrenia, because they never understood it. They never got it
Sure,
clear. They
yeah.
never did the inner work. They never worked it out. So it becomes dark in that way for them. Or they don't necessarily come at it from a light perspective, and it could take them, because it can be dark when there's fear. It could be dark, and then they can go down a bit more of a nefarious route, I suppose, and they could go down that way and not use it for good, because we all know there are spiritual, and when we say spiritual, it's not the word really, but it's the only thing that we can like contain that.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are people out there who are tuned
Like
in,
connected.
who are connected, who have born with psychic
Yeah.
abilities and gifts, and they're not using it for good.
Yeah.
We know that there are, because it is good and bad in everything. And is it good and bad? Are they learning lessons? Are they teaching other people lessons? Yeah, sure, maybe. It's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's having an understanding, and it's like you said, it's getting back to using your discernment, because then there are like people who have come in with psychic abilities, they've had a tough time of it, and they have done the inner work, and now they're using it for good.
Yeah.
We're humans, we come down here, we have free will, we can go whichever way.
Yeah.
So yes, to what you said, yes, who knows? But what a really good example of this, right, is, again, in terms of, we can have spiritual psychic abilities, but also have our beliefs that skew things. A lot of stories you hear of people that have come in psychic with abilities, their early life is dark. It's full of fear.
Yeah.
They're scared of the other side because they are young. They don't understand the programming that we've been taught. The unseen world is scary, and ghosts and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And actually, when you have access to the unseen realm, like I know, because I can speak from experience, because I did have as a child, it is scary because it's not normal.
Yeah.
Very quickly we're programmed as to what's
Yeah.
normal. And especially then when you say things and other people react, adults, grown-ups, react in a certain way which displays fear, you're like, oof, okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of psychics that are born into that have a particular view of the other side as it being this dark, scary thing. But then as they grow up and they learn, they have their lessons and they work through it, all of a sudden they tell a very different story about the other side. Now it's light. You can use it. Your spirit guides are there to help you. It's not scary. It's love.
Yeah.
To the same person, to very different experiences. If you asked them when they were this age, they would have told you one thing and given you a complete idea of what it was. Ask them again in 20 years and they give you an absolute opposite.
Yeah.
That is because of their belief system.
Yeah.
Right. So this is what I'm saying to you. This is how everything that you hear about the unseen world, about spiritual world, the realms outside of this earthly realm is still filtered through a human's experiences. And even at this point, when they've done the work and they now can say, it's all love and light and and this is what it is, they are still sat there with beliefs. You are still getting a filtered version of it.
Yeah.
Which again comes back to always, you have to use your own discernment and you have to take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't.
Yeah.
And not judge it as being they're wrong or that's not the truth and I'm right, or they have the truth and I'm not. It's not about truth and judging here. It's about taking each step and running it through your own intuition.
And that's where it becomes effective, seeing these people, doesn't it? If you can go with that
Yes.
in mind. Yeah.
Exactly. Because what I, you know, and I learned this as well, like from experience. When I first stepped into all this, like the spiritual world, I wanted to have psychic abilities. I wanted to be able to speak to people on the other side. I wanted to be able to see things. I wanted all the gifts.
Yeah.
Now, some of that was coming from, obviously, I wanted to connect in with my mum. But it was, if I'm honest with myself, it surpassed that. I was like, no, I just want that. I want to have it all.
Yeah.
And then with that, I immediately put myself below people who did have it without even really knowing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, I want what they've got.
Yeah.
How can they do that and I can't? They're better than me. You know, why can't I do? Why are they? I'm not talented in that way and they are. And it was a whole thing that I had to kind of go through. And I noticed that I put them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And as I was putting them on a pedestal, I was pulling myself further down. And it wasn't until I realized, you know, I was trying for all this to have all these gifts and stuff. But when I realized there's things that are meant for you and things that aren't, and that's okay, lean into the things that you have naturally. That's where I started really taking my power back. And ironically, that's when my gifts started coming online because they were already there.
Yeah.
I just didn't recognize them. And because, and this is really important, and I said this to Sophia, my daughter, the other day, I said, you know, the gifts that we have, our abilities, our special abilities, particularly related to the kind of psychic unseen abilities, are the ones that we just do so naturally without thinking that we have no idea that we're doing it.
No.
And other people are feeling it, but we don't know because it's just us.
Yeah.
And the difficulty is, and the part of the journey is identifying that. Becoming aware of that which you do so naturally. It blends, it's like invisible.
Yeah.
And that's really hard. It's part of the journey. But the best way, from again speaking from experience, the best way you can do that is stop wanting specific things. Stop looking at people and thinking, I want to be a
You're
medium.
boxing yourself in again, aren't you?
Yes, because when you're focusing on all the things that you want and haven't got, you're ignoring what is already there.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is step back from that and say, okay, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
What? Because you think that you want those things because you think that that's going to make you feel good.
Yeah.
Or that's what we're always doing. It's always the feeling, right?
Yeah.
You can help people with it. It's going to make you feel good. It's exciting. But what you actually forget is that when you find out what your natural gifts and abilities are, that's what makes you feel the best.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to strive. You don't have to work hard at it.
Yeah.
It's just you. And when you embrace that, that also helps you in so many other ways, because then you start becoming your authentic self. You start just radiating this frequency that is authentic and is you, and people feel it and you feel it.
Yes, because you are now aware of it, whereas before you just, you know, you get about your day, you have no idea. Now, once you know, it's so hard, isn't it, to put your finger on it sometimes, like if you haven't got a gift that's screaming at you. You know, you can't see things, you can't hear things. It's really difficult. It's like me, I guess, with the energy stuff. Yeah, that's just me, isn't it? So like totally unaware of it. Don't think I'm doing anything. But then once I became aware, you know, doing our practices and things like that of what was going on, I can now do it bigger and do it more and do it when I'm not. When we're just sitting here, I can do it. When I'm at the shops, I can do it. See someone coming down the street, I can do it.
Yes, because you can lean into it more, can't you? Because when you're aware of it, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. But then it doesn't mean you're just like, oh, okay, so that's it. You can put more into it. You can turn it up. And then when you put your focus on it, when you become aware of it and start using it intentionally, that's when things start opening up in a way where you're like, oh, and now I can do this. And and I realized that when I'm doing this, this is how I'm actually getting the information. This is how
Yes.
I'm processing it. This is how people feel. And then you start
Yeah.
noticing deeper things, and then the gift becomes
Mm.
bigger, and actually then that opens up other abilities that you didn't know
Yes.
you had, because you're starting to break it down and understand it more.
That's it. I'm just hearing the word magnetic. You just become
Absolutely.
magnetic
Yes.
once you can tap into that.
Yes. Yes.
So, but it is difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, that part's really hard. I feel like this is a bit of a tangent, isn't it? It's a bit of a different topic, really, but it's all connected.
Yeah, because you have to be aware of these things that you may have in order to use them when you're going for guidance.
Yes. And so, okay, I suppose we could shift on to then, with that kind of in mind, if you're looking for, okay, so help, what is my natural ability? What have I come in? You have to do, obviously, what we said, step back, stop trying to have things, activate things that you want, and just go quiet and look at yourself, look what you're already doing. Ask people, like, what do you think? It might make you feel uncomfortable, but ask people. You've understood so much about your healing ability because I have actively told you
exactly
what I feel when you do it.
Yeah.
And when I say that, you can be like, oh, actually, you can respond to it. It highlights something. So don't be afraid to ask people, what happens, like, when I do this, or how do you feel when I do that, or and pay attention to how people respond to you when you're doing the things that you feel like you've got gifts around. And you don't have to have clarity. You don't have to know exactly what it is. You just have to be open and be curious. But so going on to what I was going to say, which is related to this kind of like, people who have gifts and helping them and giving you power away and blah, 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 is that, so what can be really helpful, what I've personally found, is stuff like astrology, birth charts, human design, things like that, because I fully believe that, we've spoken about this loads of times before, we come in to this lifetime choosing who we're going to be. Like the gifts that we're going to have for a reason. We choose it. And one of the best ways, like, I think that you can see that is in your birth chart. We've decided to be born at the exact time, exact place, with the exact positioning of the stars, the planets, etc., which gives a really clear idea of who you are, who you wanted to be. That can sometimes really help. If you've got no clue, that can sometimes help to give you some inspiration, something to focus on, because we know, like, your subconscious mind your consciousness loves to have something to focus on. So once you've got that something, you can then let it do its job, and then you just have to stay aware. So it's really helpful to go and see someone like that. So then, for example, if you do go and see that person, and they are reading your birth chart, and that most of the time they're intuitive as well, and they're like telling you, kind of, this is what I'm feeling for you, right? This is where you have to start practicing discernment, but also holding your power within yourself and not giving it away to that person that's helping you. Okay, because they can tell you all this stuff, and they'll say you're meant to do this, and your birth chart says this, and and you're going to get a whole load of feelings. Okay, and some of them are going to make you feel uncomfortable, some of them are going to make you feel good. But what you have to do is you have to get really good at taking that information all in as neutrally as you can. Be as open. And when I say neutral, I feel like the easiest way to be neutral is to be open. That's what I like to really focus on myself. Like, that's my word. Openness. I go into everything with a sense of openness, because with that you can kind of like put your beliefs to the side a little bit, which is what we're obviously trying to always do, because I don't want to have the lens, I don't want to have the filter. But if someone's telling you, like, you should be doing this, you don't have to take that as, because so many people will then go, oh my God, I should be here. And then that whole cycle goes on again. I should be doing more. I'm not worthy enough. Now, people that are in this world, they're probably already feeling that already. Go use our subconscious reset for that, our free subconscious reset. But we don't need more of that. We don't need more of that. So what you need to do instead is, when they're saying that, be like, interesting. That's something for me to hold here.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I have to go out and do that right now, because chances are if you do that, you're going to procrastinate and you're going to like overthink things. You're not going to think you're good enough. You're not going to do it anyway, right?
No.
Just be like, oh, that's a potential for me. That gives me a little bit more information of where I need to be headed.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you need to go and do that thing right now, because there might be steps along the way that you need to work through, beliefs you need to release, experiences you need to have, things that you need to do to be able to eventually get there.
Yeah.
So you have to be aware of when you're being told this stuff, like, thank you for that information. I will take it. I will hold on to it and I will do what feels right. Now, sometimes you might get told something and it might be the spark that you need to go, I'm going to go do that right now. Trust that as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's really about getting into your intuition and your feeling to see what feels right to you. So you are effectively using those people as an inspiration sparker, something to work from, but not something to be told what to do.
No, right. Exactly.
It's and it's so important, because again, so that I was using like the kind of astrology human design thing as a bridge to show you how it's helpful to help you if you don't know what your kind of purpose is. But let's talk about something that's a bit more kind of where they're really actually giving you information. When you go and see like psychics or people that are like telling you that things through your spirit team or through their spirit team, or they're getting information about you that is telling you what you should be doing or where you're supposed to be going or what you shouldn't be doing and stuff like that. Okay, so like, for lack of a better word, let's just say psychic. If you're going to see some kind of psychic and they're telling you stuff. Now, I know this, especially in the early days, I would really subconsciously give my power away to a psychic. Because like I said, I had that whole thought of that, well, I want to be them. They're special. You know, they're special. They've got this information. I need to be listening to them because I haven't and I'm not good enough. And there's that kind of power dynamic. You're actively giving your power away to these people. Now, some people, without knowing, some psychic people, spiritual people, this is what I'm saying to you, that just because they're psychic, they are still human. Some people like that, healers, psychics, hypnotherapy, like intuitive hypnotherapists like me, like, you know, without knowing, subconsciously, they are happy to take your power from you. Right. Not because they're bad people. Okay, some people are not doing this stuff consciously. They're not good. That's a separate subject. Again, you need to get a feeling for these people. First thing, awareness that they're humans. So then you can go into, when you're finding all these people that you're working with, you can go in and think, they don't feel good to me, push them aside. But I'm not talking about those people who are consciously doing bad things. I'm talking about people, healers, everyone in that area that are trying to do good. Their intentions are good, but they are still human. And they still have their human programming that they're working through. And so unconsciously, they are happy to take your power away. So if you've got someone like that, and then you've got someone who, like me in the early days, who was just like, oh, I just want to be like you. You've just found the spiritual world. You trust that there are guides that are guiding you and guiding other people, and there is information that they can help you with. So you trust all that already. And so then you can see how you are then very willing to give your power away to them. And if they're willing to take it, then it's just going all one way, right? And this is where you can end up feeling really disempowered. And this is the kind of conversation we wanted to have about. It's not about calling those psychic people out. It's about understanding they are humans. They have their human programming. They are trying, their intentions are good and they're trying to help. And they are helping people. But we have to be responsible for our own power and our own energy. And this is where the conversation, again, the other side of it is like, people are like, oh yeah, they did this to me and they did that. You allowed them to. It comes back to that victim mentality. We cannot blame other people. We cannot blame healers, psychics, etc. for taking away our power, because we gave it to them in the first place. So your main job when you're doing this is to understand everything we've said, and then to say, right, I'm going into this person to see this person, accepting that it's really useful to have help. That's why we're all here. We've all come down here with our own special gifts and abilities to be able to help people in the way that we can help them best. So we have all the answers within us. Yes, we don't need anyone to heal us. We heal ourselves. But it is helpful to have other people to respond to
Definitely, yeah.
share their gifts and abilities to awaken our own. So we're always doing the work, but they're acting as the catalyst, right? So you need to go into these sessions with that understanding and with the belief that you're going to be open and take what they say as information, not as they know better than me, despite how confident and forceful they might sound. Because that's when it gets tricky, because you do have, like I said,
swept away.
You do, because these people, they've been doing it a long time. They are secure in their connection to their spirit team, to your spirit team, and it's 100% correct. But they are still humans, and they are still filtering it through their own beliefs. So just a little, that those beliefs can skew information just a little bit, you know, as it's coming through their human, because they are a channel, so it's coming through them and it is being filtered through their beliefs system, and that could squiff it for you, like the information for you, and you might not be getting the full gist of the conversation from your team. You know, I've seen psychic people say they don't believe in past lives. They're you know, they've all this confident information, past lives don't exist, past lives don't exist, and then all of a sudden they've changed and said no, they do. Now again, I'm not like, see, I'm just like, that's great.
It's time,
because it's time, like you've opened up your beliefs, right? But again, I'm telling you all this, like I always do, from my own personal experience. I've seen this, I've watched this, I've been in this like world for 6 years now. And I've watched these things and I've been like, how, well, there we go. There's a perfect example. Someone who would stand there so confident and say past lives do not exist. Now, for me, I was like, well, past lives, I 100% don't resonate with that, because I know that as a past life practitioner, what I've experienced, and just not even that, just in me from a child, I have been aware of past lives. I was like, that doesn't resonate with me. But I didn't get angry at her. I didn't give her my power away and go, well, maybe she knows everything, you know, like she's really good at what she does, she knows everything. I didn't give my power away to her. I just said, okay, that's your experience coming through your set of beliefs, that's fine, but I know what mine are. And it didn't mean that I negated everything else I heard her say. I also was very open to that, because I'm running everything through my beliefs and I'm being open, but I didn't give my power away to her and drop my intuitive knowings and beliefs, because she knows what she's talking about. And I don't speak directly to spirit, so I don't. And then again, a few years later, I see completely changed, and she's now like open to all of it. And I'm like, that's great, because we all have to grow. We only know what we know. I think about this all the time. Like, I sit here and I say all the things that I'm saying, and I'm saying it because of my experience, because of my intuition, because of the downloads and information I get, because of what feels like the truth to me and what's helped me and what I'm working through. Fully knowing that in a year's time, I could say, oh my gosh, I said that a year ago, but now I see more. I see it in a different way. That's okay. Like, we have to, and this is why I'm trying to get this whole round understanding. It's not about making anyone to be a bad guy, which people are trying to do with this like spiritual guru stuff. It's not. It's just about understanding that we're here to learn and grow, and we have beliefs, and everyone's trying their best. Everyone's doing what they feel like is the best thing, especially the heart-led. We're talking about heart-led people here, right? They're doing it. Like, we can only do and pass on information that we know to be true within us now.
Before we get on with the show, if you've been stuck in that loop of overthinking, procrastinating, beating yourself up, and then feeling frozen, you're not lazy. Your nervous system is overwhelmed. We made you a free 12-minute guided reset to help you soften, breathe, and come back into safety. It's in the show notes.
So we're all trying, part of the work that I'm doing is trying to get people to feel secure in their own, trust themselves, trust their intuition, feel secure in their gifts and their abilities, and express it. Like, be you, be your authentic self. And so that's what I want everyone to do. That's what I'm trying to do. But I also know that what I'm saying now might not resonate in 2 years' time. And that's not because, you know, I'm a bad person now, or I don't know what I'm talking about. People that are leading, people that are speaking up about these things, they're trailblazers.
Mm.
It's new information, and there's no necessarily proof for it, and we are only just opening up to this information. So of course we're getting bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
And the whole point of being here is to grow and to open and to become more and more aware of things. But if we don't speak up now, if I don't speak what I know and what's coming through and what I'm feeling now, I'm not doing my purpose. I'm not doing my mission. I have to speak. But is what I'm trying to say, is it coming through? But I also know that what I'm speaking now might change later.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it as this is the facts, this is the truth, you must listen to me. I'm like, this is what's coming through me now. Take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't, run it through your own system and find what is your truth.
Yeah, and that's the difference. That's what you want to look for in a guide, in a therapist. You want to look for someone that makes you feel like that.
Yeah.
It's, how you will always empower the other person. So although we come to see you for help, you will always say, and we're like, aren't we? We're like, guys listening who've been to see Tash, we're like, oh, thank you so much, Tash. Like, I couldn't have done that. You did this and that for me. And you always go, I didn't do anything. You did it. And you're like, oh, like I'd never heard anyone talk like that. It's like, well, no, you did. No, you did it. I just, I facilitated it. And like now I know that feeling between like you with your therapist hat on and the client. That's what I now would look for, because I do hear my ears prick up now when I hear someone speak like you, like an energy healer or reflexology, and they say, I'm facilitating this healing within you, but you are doing it, and you can go home and carry on doing it. You're empowering that person to understand what's going on within them and how to continue using it. You know, like you say, you don't want necessarily people to you want to send them off.
Yes.
And they are done, because they now can go forward and continue doing the work with the new things that come up, because it's never ending, isn't it? So I think that's a really good way to choose somebody, a therapist that you're going to. Just like now we got social media as well. Like you can take a moment and listen to their videos and how they talk. And I think if you feel empowered by them and they're not taking credit for anything, they're always giving you the power back. You can feel it, can't you?
Yeah.
They're the one. And I think that's just a great way to...
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly it.
That's what we're looking for, isn't it?
You want to, when you're listening to these people, whoever they are, podcasts, social media, coaches, blah, 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 you need to leave them feeling empowered, like, I've got this.
Yes.
Not like I'm not doing enough,
no,
I'm not good enough.
That's right. You want to unlock something within them.
Yes.
For them to understand, oh, I can see that now. Yeah. Oh, of course I can do that myself, Yeah. Because there's the world of energy and frequency and spirit is so huge, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, like, you get unlocked all the time. Sometimes someone will just say something and you're like, oh yeah, I can see that now. I can see how it's all working and how I can make it work for me.
Yeah.
But that's what you want to go to, inspirational, empowering people. Look for that.
And it's made me think, like when you were talking, it's made me think of, certain things that I see on obviously my social media algorithm is very much just all spiritual stuff, like very like deep stuff. And it just made me think, like, I see all these people and they're like talking really forcefully and telling people what to do and what to believe and how to, this is this and this is how this is, and if you're not doing this, and I even know, like, with how much I really work on just trusting myself and empower myself, I get wobbled. I hear them and I go, they're saying something that's completely opposite to what I have believed, what I feel like resonates with me, what I felt is the truth, what feels right to me. And I need to say that it's taken me a long time to be able to say this, what feels right to me, what resonates with me. I didn't know even what that meant or how that felt. That's been a journey of trusting myself, opening up my belief system, getting into my body, all the things that we talk about in the podcast. So I can sit here and say that doesn't resonate. It's the truth with me now.
Yeah.
I just want to put that as a side.
Yeah.
That's important. But yeah, even with the work that I've done on that, and I feel pretty strongly in myself about that, some people make me wobble. They'll say something with such confidence, such force in their energy that it makes me go, oh, am I wrong? Just for a second. And then I'm like, no, don't do that. Let's be open. Let's get back to openness. Hear it again. Listen to it again.
Yeah.
Because what is it that's making you wobble here? Is it because something they've said is actually like it's rocking your belief system, makes you feel a bit scared, but it's something you need to take into account?
Sure. Yeah.
Or is it that, you know, an old wound is playing up like, oh, who am I to think that I can trust in my intuition? Who am I that's not good enough? Again, giving away my power to them because they're better, it's more spiritual, more gifted than me.
Yeah.
Or is it that this truly does not resonate with me? This is not the truth for me at all. Like when I heard past lives don't exist.
Yeah.
That was just that does not resonate with me at all. Right. So again, everything is about this is how you have to live your life. It's a new way of living your life. You have to weigh up what is going on here in my feelings when I'm listening to this. This is the thing of stepping out of autopilot and letting your beliefs run the show. You put a foot in the door and you're like, right, hang on a second, beliefs. Before you get filtered through there, I'm just going to stop you. I'm going to stop the stuff coming through, and I'm just going to have a little look and see what's going on here.
Yeah, I love that.
And you get so much more information from that. And that's how I've really opened up my world, because I've let things percolate. I've questioned it before it goes through my belief system. I've stopped it, and that's given me more open channels to be able to receive more things from myself as well, because it's like you can let them activate you. But again, going back to why I said that, it's like there are so many people out there who are willing to take away your power because they just believe that they are right, and that they're these spiritual people now. They're so connected. They've had all these experiences. They're talking to, you know, light beings. They're seeing spirit guides. They're talking to extraterrestrials. They're seeing energy. They're seeing what the universe really looks like. And all that's the truth. I'm not taking that away. I'm not saying they're frauds.
No.
It's the truth. They are. But I think you can get into this trap of like, oh, well, now I've seen it how it is, and this is real to me. I need to tell everybody, and I need to tell them this is how it is. But they forget that they are still seeing it through their human self, because they are still a human here right now. And again, that's on them. But that doesn't take away the fact that you, on the receiving end of that, are responsible for your own energy. You're responsible for how you receive that information. Do not let people sway you. You have to be secure in yourself. And this is what we say this all the time in life, don't we? But specifically in the spiritual world, it's a little bit dangerous, because when we get into this world, like we said, we start putting these people on a pedestal. It's no different from what we did before. We've just shifted and we're doing the same pattern again. But now, because it's this spiritual world and it's all new, and we think it's all like, you know, this is the right way, this is the truth, this is love and light, I'm on this kind of like path now where I'm open and, you know, I'm awake. We think that all spiritual people, gifted people, are better than us, and they are not. You are a spiritual gifted person as well. And you have, the only difference is that they're being confident enough to say it out loud, and they've taken the stage, so to speak. And we need leaders. Okay, I think it's really important to say this as well. I'm trying to be, again, rounded, right? We need leaders. We have to have people that go first. We have to have people that step out and speak about these things, and let people know about these things, tell them what they've seen that is the truth. But these leaders need, I think there's two things here. Again, I'm saying the same thing, but it's important. This is the whole premise of what we did this podcast. These new leaders, these new people that are stepping out, and a lot of you listening will be them as well. The people that are stepping out and starting to talk about this stuff and bring it through to people who aren't so aware of it. You have to be aware that at all times you are a human and you have beliefs, systems, and that you must speak your truth. It's absolutely imperative that you speak your truth confidently. But you're doing it from a position of empowering people. And also knowing that it is your truth. It is not necessarily the truth. And so you share with your experiences and what you know, and you say your things and you say them confidently. but underlying your energy is always like, take what resonates with
Yeah.
you. I am not better than you. We
Yeah.
are all spiritual beings here.
Exactly.
And I'm just someone who has taken a step first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a leader in this respect. But then you've got someone in front of that person that is
Mhm.
leading them. We have leaders everywhere. And the people listening, you'll be a leader to somebody else that's a little bit of a step behind you. This is what we have to understand is in the new paradigm, this new 5D paradigm. Before, we saw leadership as one person or, you know, a few people up here
Mm.
and then everyone else underneath.
Yeah.
That's not how I see it as us going forward. I see us all as leaders
Yeah.
in some way, and there's leaders everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's not that anyone's like better than anyone else. We've just on a journey
Yeah.
at a particular point, and there's always going to be people ahead of us and behind us.
Yeah.
But that is not, it's not ahead and behind as in better and worse. It's
No.
not that. It's just where you are, and we're all exactly where we're supposed
Yeah.
to be. So we have to forget about everybody else, and you just have to see yourself as, this is where I am.
Yeah.
And I need help from people,
Mm.
and I need to help other people. Like, that's the kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so we need to understand, as leaders, we will be leaders to someone, and we need to make sure we're empowering them. And then as the followers, in inverted commas, we need to understand that those leaders are no better than us. They have just picked a path where they are speaking up, and they are, you know, trailing the way, so to speak, for us. And we have to just be grateful for that.
Yeah.
Take what they're saying and run it through our own systems, and then do whatever we feel is necessary to do that. At all times, all of us speaking our truth, speaking from the heart, trying to empower other people as we're trying to empower ourselves. And just know that we are all learning, and things will change.
Yeah.
And we don't know everything. This is what I'm saying to you. Like, we can speak about the things that we have learned and we're finding out and we know, but we have to say it with an understanding of, for now.
Yeah.
This is for now. This is what I know for now. But I know there'll be more, and I know it will change. And I am just sharing this information and you can do what you want with it.
Yeah.
That's the energy. You do what you want with it, and we have to receive that energy and know that we can do what we want with it.
Yeah.
And it's our responsibility
Yeah.
to make our own decisions that sometimes might be completely different to somebody else's experience. Not to say that they're wrong, not to say that we're right, but it can be different.
Yeah.
It can be different.
Exactly. And I just think a great leader as well is somebody who, when you were talking about the leaders, and a leader should be open to also learning from their students, in inverted commas. You know, like
100%.
you'll always say, you know, your clients, you're learning from them all the time.
Yes.
And that's the difference. That's how leaders speak.
Yeah.
Like, they're giving you something as well. You're learning from them, they're learning from you. Like you say, it's just all different energies, different frequencies, different gifts, different intuition, different lenses. But you're learning from them as much as they're learning from you. And that's how that's what you want a leader to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not this, well, I've heard it. I've heard the truth, so this is the truth. You can feel it, can't you?
Yeah.
We hear them, we see them, It's like, you can't tell me anything because I've heard it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. And yes, it must be difficult to deny, to sort of like be loose with your beliefs when you've maybe seen this being stand before you, or you've actually heard the words in your ears. But I think you can do that and still be open to, or still come at it with an energy as, I'm here to tell you what I know. Now you tell me what you know. You tell me how you feel the world, see the spirit realms, whatever. Like, you're trying to draw it out of them too.
Yes, I've got two images. As you've been talking, I've had two
I like
things
your
come
images.
through. I know, right? So the first one, I saw, like, when you were saying that we all have like our different lenses, I just saw like, we are all the same. We are all from the same source. Like, we always say that, don't we? We are all fractals of this one energy, right? But then I just saw like we're all just different eyes.
Yes.
Like with different
Ooh,
eyes, seeing
yeah.
it from a slightly different angle, each one. And
Exactly.
why would you not want to be aware
Right.
of every single angle?
Yes.
Because we're just seeing it from our one particular angle, or our one particular lens. You sat right next to me, and as humans, we're very similar in a lot of ways, and yet you're still seeing the world from a different angle. I want to know what that angle
That's
is.
it.
Let me know. Fill me in. And with that image came this sense again of openness. Like, let's all just be open. There is so much, like you said, earlier. There's so much in this unseen world. Like, we have no idea. There's just so much. Let's get a view of as much as we can of an angle of it, and let's be aware of it, and let's take what we like and take what we don't like, because of course there is everything, and they're all the darker stuff. I'm very aware it's there. Do I want to like focus on it? No, I don't.
No.
But my life is enhanced by seeing through those eyes of the darker stuff. It's absolutely being enhanced by that. I know I don't want to focus on it, but I like that I've got it there. I like that I have it now, and it's helped me grow and be more powerful actually by understanding the darker stuff that's there. So yes, like we want to see, so that was that first image, like just there's loads of eyes, and I want to have the experience of as that many eyes as possible.
Yeah.
Exciting, open, to be curious. The second thing that came through was this love and fear. When you're listening to things in the spiritual world, there's a lot of people, again, spiritual people, that know that are coming and seeing through a lens of fear.
Yeah.
And fear is disempowering.
That's so true.
And then there's people that are sharing this stuff and they're coming through a lens of empowerment and love, which is empowerment.
Yeah.
And like I'm getting, so there are people that are just all love and light, and everything's love and light, and it's la 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 la, and they deny the dark.
Yeah.
And that's just one side of the coin. Like I just said, it's helpful to have the dark. Okay, so yes, fine, they're just focusing on the love and light, but I think we need to be aware that there is the dark as well. But then you've got the people that are really, really coming from fear.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the stuff that's coming in my mind is like, there's a lot of stuff about how, there's demons and there's dark everywhere, and we're trapped here, and we're stuck in a reincarnation cycle, and we can't get out, and our souls are trapped, and we're harvested on earth. Our souls are there's loads of really dark, scary stuff. Like the world's coming to an end.
Yeah.
And though I listen to that stuff, and I'm like, right, that is complete. They are talking here complete fear. Complete fear and complete disempowerment. That doesn't resonate with me. I'm not going to take that on board, because while I'm not denying that there is dark, there obviously is. Those people that are saying that kind of stuff, I can still see that's coming through their human fear, their human limitation, because I truly believe that as a soul, we cannot be destroyed. We cannot be controlled. As a soul, we have absolute sovereignty. And this is why I'm trying to do the work that I do. A lot of what I'm trying to do is to bring that down into our human 3D existence, because obviously we know that, yes, we can be harmed here, but this isn't real. This is an illusion. This is a simulation. We've come here to play, to learn, to grow. But unfortunately, our human fear is now being projected by a lot of spiritual people who say they've seen this and they've seen that and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
They're projecting that human fear onto our souls. I don't like that, because it's disempowering. Then you hear people, and these are the people I believe you want to kind of listen to and be around, right? They're the people that aren't all love and light, and that everything's just fluffy and rosy and blah, blah, blah. And they're not the dark, the fear. They accept both. But they are ultimately making you feel, when you listen to them, they're talking about the dark stuff, and there's some scary stuff, and it's uncomfortable. But underneath, they are making you feel like you have nothing to fear, because it is just love. You are just love. Your soul is untouchable.
Yeah.
And you have the power as a soul to create, to have anything you want, to be untouchable, right? And what we want to do is we are trying to remember who we are as humans, and to know that if that's you as a soul, you can have that ability down here as humans.
Yeah.
any spiritual new age person that makes you feel like that, that's who I want to listen to.
Yeah.
That's who makes the truth resonate in my very bones, because I don't want to focus on any kind of disempowering, fear based information, because I don't believe that that's inherently the truth. I believe that feeling that you get where you're like, I am totally in control. I'm like immortal, limitless soul.
Yeah.
That's the feeling you want to grab on, because I think the work here now is remembering that on a human level, so that we can live with that understanding on earth. We've said this before. Like, that's what we need to remember. And there's so many humans in the spiritual world that are in fear. And you have to remember, our thoughts create our reality. So even these people that are going out and saying they're traveling in the astral realms, and they've had guides and, you know, messages, and they've seen things that say like we're being harvested and our souls are being harvested, they are going to see that because they have that fear within themselves already. So of course they're going to see that. It's like when you listen to near-death experiences, people who expect that they're going to hell have hellish experiences until something makes them call out and say, get me out of here, to whatever, and bam, they're out, and then they're in the heavenly experience. I'm really like thinking that my long-term gain is I want as many people to cross over and transition from this earth to die with an absolute belief that they are the creators, that they are light beings, that our very foundational essence is love, and you get to, when you leave this construct, go back to that, go back to home, which I've felt from people that have been there and seen it for themselves in my past life regression sessions. I want as many people to cross over with that belief, so that they will see that when they go over there. They won't have to go through their fears and these experiences, you know, of like dark, hellish places, or even be stuck in fear loops of their own creation, of like human fear loop, like whatever. I want them to know that, and believe that when they go over, they are back to their state of love and their limitless self, and we are not victims of anybody, of any dark force. We have ultimate power. We will be, if we believe that. And that's why these spiritual people, these very tapped in, I believe, these very tapped in people are seeing these very real things to them, and then they're spreading fear to other people. Don't buy into it. Anything you can do to empower yourself, and you might feel like you're a loon and like you're delusional, again, because we've been so programmed to believe that if we think we're powerful and if we think we're untouchable, we're delusional.
Oh my God,
break that belief right now. Do everything you can to believe that you are untouchable and you are love, and you get to have like all the beautiful stuff, because that is who you are as a soul. Anything that makes you feel like that, lean into that. Anything that doesn't give you that energy, question it. Don't block it. Don't say you're wrong, I'm not believing that. Be aware of it, because when in the awareness, you can dissolve the fear. Because if you've got like a subconscious fear of like, oh, there is demons and stuff, then you'll more than likely experience that at some point. So be aware of it. But no, lean into, this is why I'm saying focus on the empowerment stuff. Know that those demons, those dark things are of your creation. They can only be there because you believe in them. So believe in them, be aware that they're there, but know also that you have ultimate power to blast through them. Because when you don't have that fear, when you acknowledge them in plain sight and you're like, I see you, but you can't control me, they fade. And I can say that with absolute 100% certainty, because I did that when I had the dark stuff coming into me now in this human place. The things that terrified me from a child and as an adult, when I started saying, okay, I acknowledge you're here, you are here, okay, so I'm not kidding myself anymore that you're a figment of my imagination, or okay, you are here. That's the first step. That's brave, because then you're like, oh, now it's real. But you can't touch me. You cannot the only way is if I give you my power, if I let you eat my fear, basically. When you say, no, I'm not scared of you. I mean, we're told this in movies and stuff. Right? Like, we're trying to remind ourselves of it everywhere, but we just think it's make-believe. But I'm telling you, when I did that, it disappeared like that. And that's happened like 3 times now. I don't even really get the dark stuff come anymore.
No.
But the 3 times it has come through, and one of them when I was trying to get rid of something dark around someone I knew, and it was pissed. But I was still like, no, just no. And it just dissolved. It went away. And your mind is, again, oh God, I need to stop talking. But your mind, like, I know how powerful, because I work with the subconscious side of human things. I know how powerful our minds are. I know we're creators. I know how real our minds and then our feelings can make things. That's why I'm so passionate about what people allow into their minds, what energies they allow into the mind. This is why I'm saying to you, whether or not, even if, which I don't believe it is, but even if it is delusional to believe in the fact that you are an unlimited, powerful soul that is just love, that has complete sovereignty and nothing can touch or harm, you can never be harmed, you are a creator. Even if that wasn't true, which I think it is, but even if it wasn't, I also know how the mind works, and you can choose to believe in that, or you can choose to believe in the disempowerment and fear. And I promise you, I know, because I'm an expert in this, I've worked in it for 6 years now with other people and myself, whichever one you believe in, you will experience.
For sure. 100%.
Without a doubt. So please focus on the things that, there's so much floating around out there. Please focus on the things that make you feel like, I am freaking God. I am a God.
Because
I am
you
powerful
are.
because you are. You are. And please believe it, because you will experience it, if not like necessarily now. But this is just a glimmer of time. Like, you're going to leave. We all know you're going to die one day. Just like believe that. So that you go straight into that experience, but then rewind that. When you believe this, when you believe you are a God and you're empowered, like, your whole life will change. The way you live life will change. But it's bigger than you. It's not just about you. When you live like this, when you understand that about yourself, and then you go about the world with this belief and this understanding, you will help other people to do the same. And this is a mission. This is like a global, like a mission for Earth at the moment. We need as many people to do that as possible, because it's going to change the world. It's going to change the world in ways you can't even understand. But like in the best way. And this is why people are talking about like the split. The split of like 5D and 3D, where things go like become heaven on earth, and then it goes to shit, basically. That is what I've just said to you. The people that are going down this way are the ones that where their beliefs are, they're no different to the ones that are going this way. We're all limitless.
We've all got the
souls.
same.
These ones don't believe that, and they're being fed, they're in that cycle of fear and disempowerment. These people have woken up enough to know that I'm empowered. Now listen, there's spiritual people on this side as well, in that side, and there's like non-spiritual people on this side, because it's not about being spiritual, it's about what you believe about yourself and about who we are. So just that one thing, God, I feel like, I've got to stop talking, but I can't, like, this is so important.
It is.
Please believe in yourself.
We can feel that.
Please believe how powerful you are, and please know how powerful your mind is, and just empowerment all the way. People who empower you, go to them. People who don't empower you, be thankful for the information they're giving you, because they're empowering you even more when you realise, I'm not going to give my power away to them. I'm going to do,
because it can be sneaky, can't it?
It's sneaky.
But I think you've got us all on that train now, so that's awesome. Nothing's sneaking in now. Not after listening to Tashi.
Right, guys. Wow. That's not what you think. I've just noticed I'm like completely slipped down in my chair there, haven't I? Anyway, okay, well, that's it for this week. Go listen to some empowering things. I'm just gonna have to say this. Go seek out Darius J. Wright.
Oh, I was thinking of him when you were talking. I knew you were thinking about him or channeling him.
Because he is the epitome of what I'm talking about when I say feel like it's not about not acknowledging the dark side and just being all love and light. It is just, this is what it is. This but this is who you are. And it's the feeling you get of empowerment. It's like you can even forget what he's talking about because it's quite out there for people who are just kind of coming across this stuff.
Yeah.
But feel him, feel his energy, and feel how he makes you feel.
Okay.
And you might understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Or you might not,
I will
and
be
that's
doing
okay
that.
too, because you've got to go with your intuition and run it through your own belief. I think if I'd have listened to him maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, he would have gone over my head, or he would have annoyed me a little bit, or I would have just not resonated.
Yeah.
So he might not resonate with you, but he might resonate
at the moment.
Exactly. He might resonate with some of you, and it's worth going to have a listen and just having a little feel in and seeing what you think.
I shall be doing that.
Yes.
So, right, guys, hope you enjoyed that this week.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Take care. Bye.